Alright, we are learning right now masechet megillah, daf yud beis. Says the Gemara 2 lines from where the amud gets fat. It says in the verse, Chayil Modai Uporas, Chayil Poras Modai HaPalatimim. So the people of Modai are called the Palatimim. Palatimim are the second command. Uktivim Malchei Modai Uporas. And it says later on in the verse, the kings of Malchei Modai Uporas. The kings. So now the Modai, the Anshe Modai, be called the kings. So choose. Are Modai the Palatimim or are they the kings? Says the Gemara, no. What happened here exactly? If they made a deal, the Paras and Modai made a deal between each other. If you guys are the kings, then we're going to be the second in command. If you guys are the kings, then if we're the kings, then you guys will be the second in command. So that king, the Achashverosh showed off his kavod malchus. What does this mean? We're the clothing of the kehuna. It says here, we see the word tiferes in Parshas Tetzav is referring to the big kehuna. It says in the verse. So what did he do? It says in the Megillah that Achashverosh was mekarev the people that were farthest from him first, and then the people that were closer to him. The cities, the country cities that were farthest, and the cities that were closest. Why did he? So was this correct or not correct? Was this politically correct or politically not correct? So why was he smart? Why was this politically correct? Why was it politically incorrect? So the because since the people that were closest to him, he can anyways be Matthias, whatever he feels like it. Matthias needs to make happy. So it was smart that he was Mekar, people that were furthest from him first. Why? So he should have been Mekar, first of all, people that are closest to him, because if there's a merit, if there's some kind of war, the people that are nearest him are going to protect him first. So if he's not peaceful with them, then who's going to protect? Who's going to save him? Why did the Jews in that generation deserve Kleya to get destroyed, killed by Haman? Right? I mean, it's like the Holocaust. Really, why did the Jews deserve the first Holocaust, which was the story of Purim? Why? Amar lahem answered the Rashbi, the students, you guys tell me the reason. Because they enjoyed the meal of that Rasha, right? Because they sat there and enjoyed the meal of Achashverosh. Said to them, the Rashbi, so all the people of Shushan should get killed. Why would all the Jews have to get killed? Then you give us a reason. Since we don't know the reason, you give us a reason. In times of Nebuchadnezzar, the leaders of the Jews bowed down to the Tzelem that Nebuchadnezzar placed in the Beis Hamikdash. Tzelem is the Avodah Zarah piece. Okay? So because they bowed down to the Avodah Zarah, that's why all the Jews have to suffer because of that. Imagine Rav Kanievsky, Lalenu, bowing down in a church, right? So that's enough of a reason for the whole generation, all the Jews, to suffer because of that. Okay. So that's what actually happened though. Then why did God, if something, why did God go easy on the Jews at the end? Why did the Holocaust actually happen in times of the Purim? Says the Gemara, הם לא עשו אלא לפנים, הקדוש ברוך הוא לא עשה אלא לפנים, הנכתיב כי לא יאינו בליבו. So the verse says that the Jews only had kavana for God when they were in Mishtach. When they bowed down to the Tzelem, they did it with kavana for God. That's why their actions were crooked, their thought process was clean. That's why they didn't deserve to get totally wiped out. Alright, next piece. It says where was the party taking place? It says in the verse, Chatzal ginat beitan hamelech. Chatzal ginat beitan. So where was it? Was it in the garden? Was it in the chatzal? Was it in the house? Beit. So basically 3 different places. The party was taking place 3 different places for 3 different statuses of human. Right? Some humans were at a higher status than others. The chatzar could not sustain the amount of people. Third explanation was okay, now we'd say that every guest received this. Chul kal pasot chiles. What is chul kal pasot chiles? So we're going to explain first of all what is chul. Says the Gemara, that it was the sheets. The sheets were the chum. The sheets were made of with a machat, a pin, which is very high quality sheets. Also a special kind of sheet. Kalpas. What is kalpas? Also good pillows. Each person had good pillows. In those days, they used to sit on beds, not on tables. They would eat on beds, not on tables. Okay, let's continue. What does it mean? The beds were made of zahav and kesef. What does that mean? The beds were made of zahav and kesef. So it's more like this. So it depends if you were rawi for zahav and zahav, if you got kesef. There's going to be jealousy in the meal. It's not good. And the legs of the bed were gold, but the beds itself were silver. It says bahat v'shesh. The ground was made out of bahat and shish. What is bahat? So shesh is marble. What is bahat? That they hide from their owners, as in they're very, very hard to get. So the very special kind of product. That's what the ground was made of. What does it mean? What does it mean? Okay, yeah, that's the end of it. Okay. Now it says v'dar v'sicholes. What is dar v'sicholes? Dori. That there were a lot of stones that were made in piles. That's what dar means. Shmuel says, what does dar mean? What does it do? It's a stone that gives you light. That's what he put in the middle of the party. What it means is when it says that he made a drog, he stopped the taxes for all the socharet, for anybody who was anshe schora. Any business people didn't have to pay taxes anymore. It says in the verse that he gave them, they had to use the utensils that were gold, kelim, mikelim shonim, from different kinds. So it should have said the right way to speak wouldn't be the word shonim. You should add a mem. Mishonim miboyre. Because since the Belshazzar used the kelim in the Megillah that we learned in the previous daf, and Achashverosh shonim, he did it. Shonim in Hebrew means to do chazara. He did it again. He did it here a second time. That's why we kept it shonim. Yain Malchus Rav. What does it mean? What does it mean? Yain Malchus Rav. The wine was from Malchus Rav. Omar Ram. If let's say if you were 25 years old, then the wine you were offered is 26 years old. If you were 40 years old, your wine was 41 years old. What does it mean? The food, the meal was done with das Torah. Because the Torah's way, Rashi brings it, the Torah's way in the Beis Hamikdash and the Mizbech is that there's always more meat than there is nisu chayayin. Because on the altar in the Mizbech we bring two things. We bring the meat, and we do nisu chayayin or nisu hashemen. The liquids are always less than the meat than the food. So too was the meal of Achashverosh. The food was more than the liquids. Okay. Ein ones. What does it mean? Ein ones. So the wine was very, very good, and it wasn't an ones. It was easy to drink, and you wouldn't get too drunk because you were used to it. Because it was the wine from your country. That's what kirson ish v'ish. What does it mean kirson ish? Who's ish v'ish? That's what kirson Mordechai v'Haman. Mordechai dechtiv ish Yehudi v'Haman dechtiv ish tzar oyev. Now what does it mean? V'gam Vashti Amalko also mishte noshim beis hamalchus. Why did she do the meal in beis hamalchus? Beis hamalchus, but she should have done it with the girls, boys on one side, girls on the other side. Why did she want to do the meal dafka in the beis hamalchus with all the men? Wow, what was she looking with? What did she want from all the men? Omar Rove. Both Achashverosh and Vashti had bad intentions. Avera Riznus. When the man wants a big pumpkin, his wife also wants a smaller pumpkin. It's just a slang people have in the old days, basically that a husband and wife have the same wills. And the same will. Now, next verse. It says that Achashverosh wanted to bring Vashti out to the meal on the seventh day. Why the seventh day? It was Shabbos. Now, what does Shabbos mean for Jews and what does Shabbos mean for Goyim? So it's like this. For Jews, we eat and drink on Shabbos, and we talk Torah at the Shabbos table, and we sing at the Shabbos table. Aval, what do they do? What do they do with their Shabbos meal? They talk about tiflos, about znus. What do Goyim talk about at their Shabbos table? They say, this is the conversation that they have. We all know this is true. Madiot, naot, they talk about girls. Which girls are more attractive, more beautiful girls? Some say Madiot women are more attractive. Some say Palasiot are more attractive. So what did Achashverosh say on Shabbos? Again, for Goyim. My girl, she's not like a Parsi or Madi. She's Kasdi. A Kasdi is from a different kind of country. So he said to the people, you guys want to see her. Yes, we want to see her. But we have one condition. We want to see her naked. Now, obviously, they wanted to see her naked because duh. But what's more interesting here is what I saw in the Mefarshim is that they wanted to see her without her clothing on, because when a queen wears her clothing, that's an excuse to be attractive, because clothing always makes a person look better. So that's why they want to see her without her clothing on, to test her body compared to other women's bodies. So now we know from the fact that this is what happened to Vashti, we know this is what she also did to others. Because the Torah works always midah connected midah. It's a very important, you guys know this. It's always, the whole Torah goes always midah connected midah. And now what did she do? So melamed just of Vashti Harashah, we know that she would make girls naked, Jewish girls naked on Shabbos, and have them do melacha on Shabbos. What does the word nigzar mean? Okay, next piece. Vashti did not want to come to the meal. Why not? Since this is Pritzus, this was her area. Why wouldn't she want to come and be Pulutza and show off her body? She's a Pulutza woman, of course she would. We see from here that she received tzarat in her entire body. She was embarrassed to appear. Gabriel, the angel, Hamalach, came and gave her a tail. She had a miracle and she grew a tail, which is very embarrassing and unattractive. Says the verse, why did Achashverosh care? Why was he so mad at her for not coming and showing up? Okay, you get mad at her, but so mad that he's going to kill her. What did she do so bad? She sent him a message. The person who watches the horse staple, for my father, her father, Vashti had a very serious yuchsim. Her grandfather was Nebuchadnezzar, and her father was Belshazzar. Belshazzar had a gruesome death. He died in his sleep, was killed in his sleep, but he was a very powerful man. Nevertheless, he was a very powerful man, one of the kings of Babel. So basically, Belshazzar was a very powerful man. Now, what did it say? What did she call her? She says, you are like the horse. She's saying an example. She's saying the person who watches the horses for Abba, for Belshazzar, my father, he could drink 1,000 cups of wine and not get drunk. You, Mr. Achashverosh, the king and stuff, you get drunk after having a little bit of what's it called, of wine. What's wrong with you? Says the Gemara. So what this is why he got so mad at her, was because of her comment, because of this sentence, of this disrespect towards his kingship. He talked to the Chachamim. Who are the Chachamim? Rabbanan, the Jews. Yoidei Ha'itim. What does it mean? They know how to create years and months. So, what should I do with Vashti? If we tell him to kill her, Ktara in Aramaic means to kill. He's gonna get out of his drunkenness, and when he's gonna be mad at us for telling him to kill her. So we can't tell her to do anything as well. Go ask the people from Amar Moab. What did they tell them? And what was the reason they said this to them? Because it says in the verse, the people of Amar Moab had no galus. This is why, just like wine that sits on its shmar are the leftovers of the grapes, is good wine, so too is Avnei. They have good da'as since they had no galus, so their brain works. People who are stressed, their brain does not work properly. Said the Gemara, which are all people from Ammon and Moab. Alright, this whole verse we just said about the people who he went to ask questions about, which was Shas or Admos and Tarshish, is actually remez to something totally separate. So what does Kaush mean? Says the Gemara. So why are you listening to these people? The Jews, they bring korbanos to you. You should listen to the Jews instead of listening to these Rishonim. The Gemara was meres, sorry. So what does the name meres mean? One of the people that they went to ask to was meres. What is meres referring to? Meres referring to klum is remez, klum nesu b'dam lefanecha. The Gemara Schagima says that when you do zrikas adam, so you have to be megis with the blood of the in the kli kibul. That way the blood doesn't become mikarash, doesn't get hard. So you want the blood to be soft. You've got to constantly moving it around. The Jews will do that for you in Mesa Mikdash. So look out for the Jews, not for the goyim. Mal Sunnah. Same idea. Klum nesu b'menachos lefanecha, because menachos you got to do them with oil. So you combine the oil with the mincha, with the bread to create a mincha. So this is what the Jews did for you. Memuchan. Kulum hechilu shulchan memuchan. What does that mean, memuchan? Kulum hechilu shulchan panecha. Jews made for you the shulchan, right? Shulchan panim, we have a precious truma with the lechem panim. So listen to the Jews and not to the goyim. Memuchan. Who's memuchan, guys? It says in the verse memuchan. Who's memuchan? Tani memuchan ze haman. Nobody can show me. Memuchan shemuchan lepuranus. But here we can see, since memuchan is the first one to answer, that we see that the hedyot, the stupidest person in the group, the hedyot means the simple one, is the one to speak up first. Smarter people take time to answer. So Achashverosh, he made a takana after Vashti that every man should be sorer, should have control over his house. Okay? I know any feminists or any of you leftists right now watching this must be going crazy. Oh no, how is this possible? But yes, this was the decree that the man run the home. Now, so sounds like more like this. What do we learn from this verse? If this verse, if Achashverosh had never done such a stupid thing, like make a decree like this, where men run the house, the Jews would have been killed much earlier, and they wouldn't have been. And the moed, the time that the Goyim were supposed to kill the Jews, actually would have happened way before that. Why? So watch this, guys. Amri, what is this decree? This weird decree. Imagine, guys, you get a letter to your home tomorrow morning, and it says in the decree that the president made a decree that the man should run the home, not the woman, the man. So the Gemara, Pshita, it's obvious. Obviously, a man runs the house. Even a guy who's a kalcha, who's got a low class job, is going to be the pardash l'havi. He's going to run the home. Every man naturally runs the house. So what is this that Achashverosh is doing? That's making this decree that the man run the home. So the people of the city lost their respect for Achashverosh. They thought he was too drunk, he was whatever. So when he made a decree to kill the Jews on Purim, the Goyim didn't take it seriously. That's why they didn't attack the Jews earlier. So this is why the Jews actually survived. What is this verse talking about? So King David, since King David, he asked for a basul, he wanted a wife when he was very old. Every man wanted to give their daughter to King David since they knew that nothing would happen to their daughter until he actually decided to make her his wife. He wouldn't sleep with her and then marry her. He would marry her and then sleep with her. But with Achashverosh, everybody hid their wives, their daughters from Achashverosh because they knew that their daughters would get raped by him mamish rape, and then he would decide whether to marry them or not. So they didn't want their daughters to get touched by this weirdo unless he was going to actually marry them. Now we're going to talk about a little bit about Mordechai and about his personal life and who he was and what is his yuchsin. You know, there's 12 tribes to Israel. Which tribe does he come from? So it says in the Torah, Ish Yehudi hayam shishan abira. Ish Yemini. So he's Yehudi and he's Yemini. What does Yehudi mean? What does Yemini mean? Yemini. So the Gemara explains. My koma says the Gemara. If the tachlis here is to yuchsin, yachsin also to binyamin. You should be yuchsin all the way to binyamin. And no ma'ishnachani says the Gemara. Tuna tane kulon and shmo. All the names that you have here aren't really names about his parents, but they're names about his characteristics. Ben Yair. What's Ben Yair? Ben Sheir and him she's not tefillah. Ben Shimi, Ben Shemati, and Zilosek, Ben Kish, Kishel Shari Chamach, Ben Tichoroi. Kogele Yehudi. In other words, asking a question. So Tachlis, what was his Yuchsin Lamaisa? Was he from the tribe of Yehuda or the tribe of Binyamin? So the Gemara, Kogele Yehudi, Aram Yehudi Kasi. Kogele Yemini, Aram Binyamin Kasi. So was he from the tribe of Yehuda or tribe of Binyamin? Answers the Gemara like this. Amar Rav Nachman, Mordechai Muktar Benimuso Haya. So really he was from the tribe of Yehuda. The Yemini means he was Muktar. He had many names to him. That's what Yemini means. Yemini means he had many names of greatness, of great qualities. But really, he was from the tribe of Yehuda. Aviv his father was from the tribe of Binyamin. The Imoy mi Yehuda. That's the second answer. The third answer. Okay, so basically. So the rabbis say that there were the families would fight who Mordechai came from tribe of Yehuda, from tribe of Binyamin. Since Shimon ben Gera was the great grandfather of Mordechai, and King David was supposed to kill Shimon ben Gera because Shimon ben Gera cursed King David when he was running from Absalom, and instead of killing, he spared Shimon ben Gera. So basically, the tribe of Yehuda, even though he wasn't from the tribe of Yehuda, they said it's in our merit he's alive, so he may as well be from our tribe. And then he takes from us. So according to the rabbis, it wasn't that his mom was from the tribe of Yehuda and his mom and his father from Binyamin. He was mamish from the tribe of Binyamin. Okay? The opposite. So it's a mistake that King David didn't kill Shimon ben Gera. Should have killed him. That was Chai Misa. It was the Mordechai Malchus. Mordechai was also did a big sin because Mordechai was makane Haman. He used to mess with Haman, right? He picked a fight. Of course, if you pick a fight with somebody big, of course you're going to get killed. And also Yemini did a big mistake because he did not kill Agag from Amalek. He said, Rabbi Yochanan says like this: Le'olam mi Binyamin ka'asi. Really, he's in terms of Binyamin. הרשום שכל בבית הזוהר שכל בבית הזוהר נקרא יהודי כדכתיב איתי גוברין יהודין. So really the Maaseh from the tribe of Binyamin, the reason it was called Yehuda was because anybody who's called for baved zarah, like Mordechai, obviously, you get the geder of Yehuda. We just finished. This is the end of Daf Yud Beis in Masechet Megillah.